So, Everett, I'm going to say good afternoon. Do I have my time zones right, or is it good evening for you?
It's good afternoon.
Good
That's
afternoon. Thank you for taking the time. Congratulations on this film. You play the title role. Was it always named after your character, or is that a working title?
I think it was always named after Griffin. I don't ever since I got the audition, it was named after him. I guess it could have been something else, but from all that I've known, that's how it's always been.
So, how similar are you to the Griffin character? Is there a lot of you in there?
I'd say there's a couple things. I mean, he's obviously really into, performing arts and theater, and he's more of a director, I think, but the same kind of, acting, theater, film, whatever kind of. And I've always been that way too since I was young. I've always had a really big interest in acting and performing arts, and so when I read that, I was like, oh, I can relate to that. And then I think, yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest things for me. I mean, also I think when I was younger, um, I had a hard time. I didn't really try and make other friends, especially that were my age.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, obviously he is 14, but when I was, a little younger than that, I could relate to that. I was mostly in my room doing stuff independently, kind of like him. And so I can see a little bit of that too.
And the film was made, I'm assuming, 2 or 3 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Got it. Does it feel weird or funny looking at your younger self on screen like that?
It's so weird. I have a really like I can't it's so hard for me to watch myself, but like especially in this, I look so much younger. My voice is so much higher, and I'm shorter, and everything has changed. Not everything. A lot of things have changed since then, and I look back and I'm like, wow, like I looked really really young, but. Yeah, I mean, it is weird. I think I've seen it enough times now that I'm a little more used to it, and I'm
Right.
not like so, I'm not it's not new to me necessarily, but it's interesting. It's really weird. It's like a time capsule.
Sure. And you've done other work since then. Rust is one film that people have been talking about that you're in, etc. But this is the first time it's you out front and you doing the press and all that. Do you enjoy doing the interviews to talking with people about your craft?
I do. I think it's really fun. And I think, everyone watches the movie and they see kind of who the character is, and that's awesome, but I also think it's cool to like do interviews and go to premieres and be able to put yourself out there too as just as who you are and not necessarily who your character is. So
Hmm.
I've always found that really fun, and I love doing press. I love anything that's involved with the movie and going to travel and do premieres, and it's all really fun. So I really enjoy it.
Oh, so you did get to do the festival circuit before it was all announced.
Yeah, I did. Well, not before it was all announced. Went to Tribeca first in New York, and I went there, and then after that, it did a festival circuit around mostly the North America and I think some other spots. I only went in the US, and I went to one in Calgary,
Hmm.
but it was really cool. I love traveling, and I love going to different cities and seeing all that stuff, and I thought that was really fun. That's one when I look forward to movies coming out, that's one of the things that I look forward to most. I'm like I get to go to new cities, to new towns, meet new people.
Yeah, Tribeca, probably top two, top three, if not the number one movie festival there is for selling this stuff and the media and all that kind of stuff. Had you been to New York before doing the circuit on Tribeca?
Yeah, so I actually went to New York once or twice before
Hmm.
for one time actually for reshoots for Griffin in Summer. I was already
Oh,
there. Yeah, I was already there in New York for like a vacation kind of thing. And it just so happened that we were also going to do reshoots there for like one or two scenes. And so I did that in New York. I went and saw a Broadway show. So I had been to New York before, but I really like it. I think it's a really cool city. I really want to go more.
hopefully you get back. So this is a new movie to us, Griffin and Summer. To you, hey, it's a couple of years ago. Looking back and looking at your IMDb, I see Man is the Devil, The Audacity, a couple of TV projects. Do you know what's coming out next, or are you allowed to say?
Yeah, so I did a film called The Plague. I shot that last summer when Griffin premiered at Tribeca, and or a little after. And we shot that in Romania. It's
Wow.
yeah, it was quite far away, but
Yes.
yeah, it's coming out in December in theaters, December 24th. And so that's like the next thing to look for. It's about a group of kids at a water polo camp, and it kind of explores like bullying and that sort of stuff. There's um kind of making fun of other people for stuff, and it's a really cool film. And then I'm in Vancouver right now, um, filming a TV series called The Audacity, and I actually just finished like a couple of days ago, so I'm about to go back home. But yeah, so those are the next couple of things, and then I start school, so probably the last thing for a little bit.
When you were filming in Romania,
Mhm.
does the script of this particular project say it's in Romania, or does it pretend like it's in London? Any idea?
No, it's not. It's not supposed to be in Romania. They I think what they told us is that like locate they had a vision for one of the sets, one
Hmm.
like pool, and they went to a bunch of different locations in Canada, and I think Bulgaria, I think the United States too. And I think there were like conflicts, like they were booked, they couldn't have it for the amount that they needed, or it just didn't look right. And
Yeah.
so and they settled in Romania. That was what that was what I heard. It could have been other reasons too, but it's set in somewhere, I think, East United States.
That's funny. I'm sure it looks great. I'm seeing more and more movies are made in Bulgaria, Eastern
Mhm.
Europe, etc. So I'm glad that you get to travel without paying for it. That must be a
Yeah.
perk of what you do.
It is a perk. I really love traveling. I love going to new places. So,
Well, two questions and then I let you go. The first
oh,
question, it's come up that you like to travel, and
mhm.
sometimes you get to do that as part of acting, but hey, you're also still in school. When
Yeah.
you're not busy with acting or being on set, what's your main hobby or passion?
Um, I like music a lot. So like I'll do like some musical stuff. Singing or like learning instruments is fun. And in school, there's not a lot of, I mean, you have some time outside of school. I'd say most of the time when I'm not doing acting or other hobbies, I'll just chill. I like hanging out with my friends. I like playing video games. I like doing that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, I'd say probably music is my main thing. I really like to learn instruments, and not advanced at any of them yet, but hopefully one day I can. And I love to sing. So that's
Good.
probably like, yeah, yeah,
Get started early enough, a little bit of progress
yeah.
at a time. You'll be a master at it by the time you're 18. Simple as
Yeah.
that. But the last question, who or what made you want to become an actor in the first place?
I think ever since I was little, I really loved movies and acting. I think it's just kind of been a thing that I was born with, like a passion that I've always had. Obviously watching films and um, TV series and going to plays like that all inspired me, and getting to see how it's done was really cool. But I think like honestly, just being exposed to it, I really loved. I've always loved watching movies and watching TV series and seeing other actors and learning from them. So I think um, that's been a big part of it. I did plays when I was younger,
Hmm.
and it kind of brought me into acting a little bit before film and TV and all that stuff. So that played a huge part, and a lot of I just it's really I think most of it it's always been a thing for me. It's always been like a passion, and I've always been trying to get involved.
Got it. Well, congratulations on Everett in Summer. Why did I call it Everett in Summer? It's Griffin in Summer, and your name's
Okay, it's
Everett.
okay.
Slip of the tongue right there. But congrats on this film.
Thank you.
Looking forward to what's to come and wishing you continued success.
Thank you so much.
Paltrow.